Control C from that list. That's my California cities. I'm copying from there. I'm going to put it here. And a handy dandy trick for those of you that know how, it's all highlighted. See the little black box in the corner? If you hover over it, your icon changes to a little black crosshair. Then you can drag it like that. I just made the second copy. Now it's still overlapping everything. You could do this, highlight a few columns and hit that, double click that line, and now you can see the rest of what you're working with. All right, there we go. I'm going to copy my dentist keywords, and that's why I did dentist, and I'm just going to put it in here. You have to have a bare minimum of 10 keywords, 1, 2. Okay, don't go further. Don't overwrite the other stuff, not the var 200. All right, but you have to have a bare minimum of 10 keywords. You must have at least 10. That means from here to here has to be 10. All right, and this does not count as a keyword, so don't count down 10. You should see number 11 highlight over here, right? That is 11, but that means 10 keywords and a header. Okay, make sure that you do it that way. Okay, anyway, there it is. What do I do now? Menu generator, var2 10. Submit. Ain't that crazy? So I'm creating 200 pages to pitch that. I can put up project after project, see what takes best for Google, see what's drawing the most traffic, whatever's making the most money. I'm going to double, triple up my efforts on it. Oh yeah, I can open the profiles, test site, make sure I get the right one this time. Even if the other one is still running, I can run this too. I can open 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these at one time and run them at one time. California Dentistry, I already put it in here, but I didn't run the pages out yet because we don't have this on a master sitemap. Paste, and that's all I had to do. Save, next, process. That's it. That's the entire bit of work you have to do. Okay? While it's doing that, and as soon as it starts to upload, we can already start to see what's happening with the sitemaps and stuff. Okay, it's starting. I'm just giving it enough room to get that far. Watch this. This is what creating huge projects is like when you do MOWG stuff. And this is just a stupid, simple little cut and play site with one template and all that. You can use MOWG to create your own templates for anything you want. Take a look. Sitemap. I still haven't told you about the related link, have I? See that? Homeopathy USA with all of those, and they're all done. All these things point to other USA homeopathy links. Everything is solid there. All of this stuff is good. And beyond that, what did I want to say? Here's what the related is. That's for the sub sitemap. Just one more thing for Google to see the related pages that fit into exactly that last folder, that last subsection. It's called homeopathic doctor's salary at this point. Whatever. And if I go to some other section of that homeopathy run, that's Homeopathy USA Homeopathy Remedies. These are all the pages in that homeopathy remedies section. Okay, so that's how it goes. And all the words come right off the pages. So it's talking somewhere in here about homeopathy remedies. It's in here. It's in part of what make the links is physically on the page, and part is in like the alt coding and stuff in different places. And that is a variable. You can change that and make it however you want on the var sheet. You can change that URL breakdown to fit whatever you want. Anyway, there that is, and the other one's done anyway, so that's done already. Okay, and that one's still running, and I can see all my pages inside that MOWG Pro Runs folder. There's a shortcut. I can see it's keeping them all in check. I can delete them whenever I'm satisfied with them, like these last ones I can get rid of. A lot of people build these up, get like 50 of these at maybe 10,000 pages each, and then they'll go through and delete them. All right, here's another question you're going to have. What's like the next possible step? Like, how do I put them on my own website? And that's all stuff that we talk about on the V3, okay? That's what you're going to want to graduate to after that. And then you're going to know. You're going to absolutely know. If you do want to put it on your own website, what can you do? Take either one of these things, go to the profiles, get your profile, make a copy, and call it paste. Call it something like rename my site, you know, whatever you want to call it. You don't need it in caps. Just don't use spaces. You should not use spaces for things like that. Now let me open that one just to show you what's possible. Load V4 Alt profiles, my site. Okay, and now what do I change? I change this stuff. instead of MOWG-samples.com, I make this, my-site.com. Okay, and that's going to be whatever I want. And yes, it can be the same project, so I can have more than one website show up on the front page of Google for different keywords. You can do that. Well, whatever I have here, of course, it's got to copy and paste down here. But for those of you in the know, when you create new um, uh, hosting accounts with new domains, you're going to need your public HTML folder. Okay, so it's got to go like this down here. Not at the top. It doesn't belong up here. This is what you would copy paste into a browser. This is the true FTP path to that folder that your FTP user is configured to connect to. Your main FTP username and password is what you have on your account when you create it. You go get the mysite.com account, and it's going to have a username and a password. And then it's going to connect right here. Okay, but you still have to say from there go into wherever you put all your web pages, and then of course for this project go into here. All right, and that's how that works. What about subdomains? And not subdomains, add-on sites. My add-on site, watch this. That goes to where? Well, if it's the same FTP user, it goes to FTP top level site. Of course, public HTML is necessary. And then, of course, for those of you in the know, add-on name, whatever the name of that folder is where your add-on site keeps all of its pages. It's in here somewhere, right? And then, of course, if we're going from the add-on site, we go further into this folder. Then, of course, that still needs to be at the end. But that way, our sitemaps are saying this, and the FTP path is correct for that user. That will always connect through the top level first, and then on to the public HTML, on to the add-on domain. No, you will never put another public HTML. That's incorrect. There's only one for the entire hosting account, right? All right, that's what's possible. So you can save it and you can run pages up there. Then you say, wow, what about backlinks? Okay, we'll get into that stuff in the V3. Okay, and that's where you just come back and learn more, UAP-V3. All right, for those of you that want to do this 10 days completely for free, you remember it's MOWG-samples.com or remember MOWG-crew. MOWG is mass optimized web page generation. MOWG crew simply means all of us who know how to do this, who have the software and run out tons of big websites. Get the 10-day trial key and start producing your pages. What's possible when you go further? Watch this. Here's just a sample site, SEOhubpoint.com. Check this out. 167,000 pages on it. And not just that, but the computer added it while the guy wasn't even there on a schedule. You're going to learn MOWG Pro is that powerful. It can run with a batch feature that you put on your Windows scheduler, and you basically say to your computer, whatever you want, Wednesday night at midnight, wake the computer to perform the task, run out these projects, then put it back to sleep. And each project you run out, add another 200 pages each or whatever. We had guys say, can you just hit the process button again on the same project? Yeah, you can do it every week to show Google you keep adding new content every single week. You can do that. Now let me show you something else. Site colon, just to show you how far it goes, because some people say, I don't get that whole, is that whole template all you can do? And the answer is no, because what if you want to create pages on your own website? You can use MOWG to do it like this. And this one's off. It's a sample too, and they actually got so much extra traffic they had to close the doors out. They literally had to stop offering people, and this was a cool video this lady had up for a long time. And so people who saw it wanted to come to her, all those whatever pregnant teenage girls who needed a good doctor. But she literally, we optimized her to the point where she had to close it out, at least for the time being. But anyway, these are old pages and some of these are still parse-errored. Nonetheless, here's the point. This is done in a whole different look, right? Isn't that awesome? Completely different look. And that's thousands of pages, 8,950 on that site, that were completely optimized for every surrounding city, which she never could do before, and we did. That is the value. Brought her a lot of traffic, and that's the way that went. All these pages optimized for every different thing. Give you another example. or .net. Interior designer in St. Paul, Minnesota, serving St. Paul and the surrounding area. And again, who knows what it is that we want to talk about? Custom tile, Inger Grove Heights, Minnesota. Look at this. We got them up for every possible term that people would search for that have to do with interior decorating for them. And there we have it. The Elite Custom Tile Inger Grove Heights, Minnesota company. And it's got links to their main pages on their site. So you always see the main pages. It's also got hyperlinked Custom Tile Inger Grove Heights, Minnesota. Goes on and on. Whole thing is awesome. Let me just go back and choose another page of perfect random. You know, whatever it is. I can go pages deep. They all look like this. They all do like this. Yes, these are MOWG pages. Thousands of them. This company had 10 pages on their website. What about those of you who already have a website? Here's one. This is a homeopath I know, and she already has a website. Okay, let me do that, and let me do that. Okay, she already has a website, and it looks like this. Just simple little cheap website. That's, you know, just her website. Nice little website. That's all you can say about it. It's got some pages on it. Very, very nice. You'd never guess when you look at it that it has over 16,000 pages, and that's what you see if you click related. That's MOWG sitemaps, and they're there. And it's just all these sections are actually interesting. TXT. Some are larger than others, but let me show you what I mean. If we go back to Google, okay, and we do a site colon Krista-Voicest.com, Google has accepted at one time or another about 16,000 pages on her site. Guess what they look like? Ha! It's this page. And it has her big fat banner image in the middle, and guess what it says? Click the image above for the finest homeopath serving Acme, Michigan. Acme, Michigan homeopath recommended the homeopathic alternative. Why'd I call it that? Because that's what her company name is, the homeopath alternative. And guess what it says in the pop-up? The most recommended supplier for homeopaths serving Acme, Michigan. All the stuff to geo-target her right then and there. We even put a call now code in there for Skype so that her number's right there on every single page. Acme, Michigan homeopath in the page title. What do you think it says in the meta description? View source. Meta descriptions in here somewhere. These are hard-coded pages. These are not redirect pages or fake pages. Meta description starts with her phone number. Then guess what it says? Homeopath company offers a thorough answer for homeopath products to customers in and around the greater Acme, Michigan metro region by consistently staying on par with the most recent data and resources obtainable Every page is all different. Those meta descriptions read differently. You can even see it here. They're related concepts, but they read differently. Same with the page titles. That's the blue. Google likes this stuff. It loves this stuff. And this is why she has, according to Google, 16,000 good pages on her website. Google's indexed these pages months and months ago. We got runs that are over 4 years old with 7,700 pages still on them that are live and getting traffic today, even though no one's touched them in 4 years. Because, frankly, people weren't buying off the site and the guy just let it go. The run just wasn't very interesting, but it's still live. It's still getting traffic here and there. Rare traffic, but the pages are still live. Matter of fact, let me see if I remember it. I think it's called magicalwholesales.com. Nah, let me see. Maybe it was called heavenlywholesales.com. And I don't remember whether it had a dash or not. Maybe it didn't have a dash. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, I guess that's it. Yeah, that's it. 12,400. Google's still going through and changing what they index. This is old. Man, this is old. I mean, this is ugly even. This is 2009, 2010, right? And the sitemap back in the day, what was it? It was like 54,000 pages on one sitemap. Isn't that ridiculous? That's before we figured out how to break down the sitemaps to individual pages. It's insane. And every one of these is for each next new thing. Click here to review the product. Took you to the other website where the product was, which doesn't exist anymore or whatever. I mean, it's old. You could do stuff like supersize back then right from the website. I mean, just ridiculous, man. And this is ancient. So anyway, that's what I mean. Google likes our runs. It likes our runs. How often do you find a website that's 4 years old that's still optimized? We built it with the same software, just the 4-year-old version of the software. All right, there it is. That's how easy it is to do a run. You can open the V4 Alt, open this, change that to something you're promoting, change that to your link, paste in your keywords 3 times, and then hit the menu generator and var 210, go, done, save, close, and then just turn around and open the profile, test site alt, for example, load, test site alt, and then just put in your project name, hit next, hit process, and that's it. And if I hit it now, it'll just keep creating more pages into that exact same section. Okay, next process. I can even do it if I didn't dump something out, and I guess I didn't. That's 200 brand new pages. It's a second run. As a matter of fact, let me show you something magical about that. You're going to love this. This is the last thing I want to say now in this V4. Watch this. MOWGsamples.com sitemap. Now, what did I just do? I created before a run for Homeopathy USA, and that's what I opened again, right? I'm pretty sure I did. That's a California dentistry one. Okay? Now, watch this. Homeopathy USA master sitemap. You know what? These are the sub-site maps, but guess what? These are new. The links here are not the links that were there before. You know why? That old sitemap that used to be there, we figure Google got to already, and that's why we're adding more pages to the run, for instance, because Google already indexed as many as they wanted to out of that 200 that we just did. And we came back like a week or 2 or 3 later, whatever it was, and we ran it again. You know what happened? The new run we do becomes the new run. The original one got renamed first. The old master-sitemap is now called master-sitemap1.html. It got renamed. And these are those old links. That's why these are highlighted like that. Okay, those are the old links. Guess what we put front and center for the Google bots to find right away? The new master sitemap. All of these are new. That's why the old link to the old sitemap's at the bottom. It should be the last thing that the Google robots care about. These are all the new ones. Okay, they're new. These are all new pages now. All right, the hyperlinks still look like that because they're the same ones from here, right? The same major topics, but they're brand new pages. These are new pages. They're not the same as the other ones. There are now 400 pages in that Homeopathy USA section. I got 2 master sitemaps. And yes, I can do that. I can go master-sitemap.txt. That's all my new links for pinging or whatever I want to do with them, submit it to Google Webmasters. And I can also go back to the old one if I still wanted to, Master Sitemap 1, which you probably already dealt with back then, right? There you have how powerful this software is, and you're seeing, so far I've walked you through like 10% of it, 10% of what it can do. Not even, really. That's what I mean. It's maybe you've seen 5 to 10% of what this software can do. And it's completely flexible. Anything Google wants, Google gets. Longer URLs, no problem. Shorter, no problem. More keyword focus in the URLs, no problem. Less keyword focus, more keyword focus, no problem. Does Google want more internal links per page than just 10? Do they want 11 or 12 or 15? No problem. Do they want 2? Only 2? No problem. Do they want the words to stay the same, always pointing at the same link? Or do they want the words to change, pointing at different links? No problem. I mean, we can do all of that. Do they want the pop-ups to be always the same verbiage or different verbiage page after page? We can actually do that. Did you see it? Just did it now. This one said introduction, said internet marketing, MOWG crew. This one, introduction, says online advertising, MOWG crew. I can make it the same or different. Whatever Google wants, Google gets. Do they want bolded terms? No problem. Do they want italicized keywords, that link? No problem. Do they want the pop-up to be word for word with the print here or different? No problem. Does Google want the first 3 pages in the meta description tag to always change page by page? No problem. Literally, this is how much control we have over literally everything we do with this software. It was built to be flexible so you can do whatever you want with it. H1, H2, H3, no problem. What if you have an opening paragraph on the left and your intro video on the right? And then you want to test whether more people click the intro video if it's on the right, or if the intro video is on the left and the opening paragraph is on the right. Believe it or not, you can make that block of coding for that table. It's like two cells in the table, right? You can literally put the whole coding block into your var sheet and create a var. When you understand how the software works, you can create a brand new var, give it a brand new name like var gosh knows what, 5, 6, 7, 8, as long as it's not in use on this page. And you can paste in the entire coding for the block, the double block here, and then reverse it and paste it there so that each page you do flips back and forth. And you can actually do like half with the video on the left, half with the video on the right for thousands of pages, and just see. By backtracking from your visitor tracking or anything else, whether more people click the video from here or clicked it from here. You can stick in tracking code if you want. There's tracking code in this. It's just default tracking code, statcounter.com. It's stuff we teach you in the V3. You can replace it with your own. How do you do that? You just simply do it on the main page that you were working on. Just right click, edit that main page. That way you get the notepad view, go to the bottom. If you have your own stack counter coding, just stick it in here instead of ours. You can change literally anything on this page. We just recommend not changing it unless you understand how the software works. Okay, there you go. So that's your V4 and V4 Alt. Screaming easy to run and work, and all this chat was just so that you could catch up and understand how easy this is and what you can do with it and all that jazz. All right, I'm going to chop this video up into one or more pieces, create the page, put this up, and you guys can roll with it. Anytime you're ready, just go to MOWG-crew.com. Okay, you can even do it that way. Get the key, right? And then go through the videos. There's so much stuff here for you to learn. That's so awesome. You're not going to believe it. This is powerful. Watch that thing. This is powerful. Watch that thing. This is where we introduced the UAP in the first place. It's interesting. This is why MOWG is white hat. Watch that thing. If you do not know how to set up a domain and use FTP, watch that thing. How to get a domain and a hosting account. How to use FTP. Adding a new domain to a hosting account. Summarizing these first 3 steps. By the way, we give you a lot of information about our recommended choice for a domain and hosting account. We have our reasons for that. Watch that thing if you want to watch it. That's a good idea. How to create an index page for your site. How to do Google keyword search research. Google keyword research in general. How to easily make corrections to pages you created if you just want to use a search and replace software to go and make mass changes. It can change all of the files throughout all of the subfolders in some area, and it can change one bit of broken coding to whatever you want and hit boom, and it'll go through thousands of pages. That way you can add a Facebook like button somewhere under your page, or you can change the YouTube video out to something else, or whatever you want to do with your pages when you put them up. All right, or you can add a YouTube video in above the image or in place of the image or whatever you want to do. Literally, you can do it all. Case studies, front page case studies, speeding everything up, additional ranking speed and power. This is powerful stuff. Get into it. You'll enjoy it. But it all starts right here, 10-day free trial. And the easiest thing you can possibly do that works is the V4 and the V4 Alt. And go for it. See how that stuff looks. All right. I hope that's given you enough insight so you can see how to create runs and understand our software and why it's important to you and all that stuff. And I hope you enjoy this. Again, it's Dave Bennett from MOWG-crew.com. Have a good one.